Okay, let's pick back up with blocks. So I was going to show you an example of how we can put a specific tag on a block and then match that with a specific tag on a page and make more of that one-to-one, or again, one to maybe a few page type relationship. So I've got this test block for Dr. Austin that I just previously created, and the key point here is I want to show you that for block placement tag, instead of default, I've just created a tag which can be a word or phrase, a series of words, and really the only things that are going to be problematic from a Drupal standpoint is something like an apostrophe, probably like a special character like an ampersand or maybe a pound sign, on any of those type of special characters. And so you can basically just create any type of tag that you want. And again, I'm going to roll down here and just show that I've selected this for right sidebar promo 1. Now, until I have a page that has this matching tag, this block is not going to display anywhere. But what we're going to do is go back in and edit a page, use this tag. I'm simply going to copy, do a Control-C or an Apple-C and copy that. And then I'm going to go back over to sort by page. Okay, and I'm still in all content. I'm going to go up here and apply the page filter. And I'm fairly sure that that welcome page that I was working on is the one that has that image of Dr. Austin. And I mean, again, I could put this on any page, but I've got the image of Dr. Austin. So I'm going to scroll down here. And block placement tag, you have to work a little bit to get there. I'm going to paste that in. And as soon as I save that, what that's going to do is it's going to break the association with that default block that we saw earlier. And instead, it's going to show me, when I go back to that page and view it, it's going to show me this other block that I've created. Okay, and so I can assign that that tag, that block placement tag, to as many pages as I want. So let's say it's a research page, or I don't know, some type of special topic or subject, and I want to have some standing information that only goes on those pages. I can do that by, again, just repeating that tag on any pages that I want. Okay, so this allows us to create this again, one-to-many or one-to-one or one-to-a few page or page and block association type scenarios. It can get a little bit trickier if you want something to be, if you want a page to get both some type of default block output in addition to maybe a custom or special block placement as well. You can mix those in theory as long as the positioning doesn't conflict. In other words, as long as they're not two blocks assigned for like right 1 or right 2 or right 3. But again, there's some workarounds on that. You might have to input a block twice and give it different tags and assign it different positions depending on whether you want it to go on all pages or maybe also be assigned as like a secondary element on a page that already has its own special blocks. It may be a little bit tough to get your head around, but we can work with you if you have some issues or need some help in working through that. If I come back and edit this page and I put any other type of tag in here, okay, let's say for some reason I just don't want any blocks in that right-hand column. All right. If I leave it empty, it's going to pick up any default block. If I have it Curtis Austin, it's obviously going to pick up the Curtis Austin block. If I want to disassociate this page or any page from any blocks in the system, then I have to come up with something unique that essentially doesn't match anything that I have in my group. So that could be something nonsensical, a bunch of gibberish. It could be no block or no blocks. I mean, it can be anything that you want to put as long as it's not blank and as long as it doesn't match up with any other tag in the system. So again, if I put some gibberish in here and save it, what we'll see is that it breaks the association completely with any of the existing blocks that we have. And so therefore, no blocks in the system. And again, this looks a little awkward because the video kind of cuts off and I have a space here where there should be a block and my content is pushed down. But again, the thing to illustrate here is just simply that we can disassociate and not serve up any blocks at all if we want to do that. Again, your media types here might make this page look a little bit strange, but there you have it on blocks. And again, we'll talk more on subsequent videos about how we the roles of those different blocks and again illustrate how we can input the content and place those on different pages.